Welcome to Insight Hub, the video series dedicated to the world of data and brought to you by Miracles Data Practice.
Hi, this is Samanvita Burle working as Research Associate in Machine Learning in Miracle Software Systems. Today, we are going to discuss about the mobile application called Dendronym, which classifies trees using Microsoft Custom Vision and Ionic Framework. So let's get started and look into today's agenda. Now initially let's discuss what machine learning is, and then I'll give a brief overview about the mobile application called Dendronym, and then for more detailed understanding let's see the live demo of the mobile application, and then we'll go through the architectural flow. Let's also discuss the technologies that I've used in this Dendronym application, and they are Microsoft Custom Vision AI, Ionic Framework, and how the integration of the model with mobile application is done. So let's get started. Now, initially, what exactly is machine learning? As the name suggests, it provides machines with the ability to learn autonomously based on the experiences, observations, and analyzing patterns within a given data set without explicit programming. Now, when we write a program or a code for some specific purpose, we are actually writing a set of instructions for the machine to understand and to follow. For machine learning, we will input data set through which the machine learning will learn the process of identifying and analyzing the patterns in the data set, and then it will also learn to take decisions based on the observations and learnings from the data set that we have given. Now, as we all know that machine learning is just the application of artificial intelligence. It is a way of making programming scalable. We can see that machine learning is being applied in many areas like web search, debugging, finance, e-commerce, robotics, and many others. And now there are many algorithms, there are almost tens and thousands of algorithms that are being developed every year. Now, for every algorithm, there are three important components, that is representing the knowledge, neural networks, or decision trees. Now, these are the forms how we can represent our knowledge, and then evaluating, the way we evaluate the programs. It can be done using the parameters probability, cost, prediction, recall, and many others, and optimizations, the way the programs are being generated. Now, there are types of algorithms like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforced learning. Now, this is just about a brief overview of machine learning, and now let's see what Dendronym is. The Dendronym is a Greek word, so it means a fruit tree. We all see many trees around us, and there are few trees like we never know the names of them. So in that case, our application helps in finding the names of the trees. This application is a machine learning project. So in this, we have used a machine learning model which is built using Microsoft framework, that is Microsoft Custom Vision AI. Now, this is a very simple framework that can be used to build the models within no time. And for this, we have made our own customized data set with 20 species, and it consists of around 1,000 images in total. And this model is quite good, and it has accuracy of around 98%. Now, this application, when opened, it mainly has two features, camera and gallery. Now, the user can give the image of the tree either through camera or gallery, so that when the image is given, the application takes the image and identifies the tree name and retrieves the name of the tree either through text or through voice. So this is how basically our application works. Now, with the help of the demo, we just can understand more in detail about the Dendronym application. Now, let's get started with the demo. Today, our demo will be about Dendronym application. It is built using Ionic Framework, and this is a hybrid application that can be used both in iOS and Android devices. Now, here we are seeing the home screen of the application, which inputs 4 slides. The first one will be the welcome slide, and then camera, gallery, and then add. These are the few functionalities included in the application using Ionic plugins. And now we have my list, where we have all the tree species information that is not recognized by the application, and this will be added to our database, that is PouchDB database, which is an offline one. And now here in the application, we'll give the image of the tree either through camera or gallery, and the application here identifies which species does a tree belong to. Let's test it and give an image through gallery now. I gave the image.
Coconut tree.
Yeah, the identified tree is a coconut tree, which is the correct one. We have a small feedback form as well asking if the recognized tree is correct or wrong. Now we can give the new picture by clicking that, and then we'll give the banana tree now.
Banana tree.
Yeah, you can see the identified tree is correct here. Now let's give the image through camera. Let's click an image of the tree. I've clicked the image of the tree. Let's see now. The internet of this should be high.
Teak tree.
Yeah, you can see the image I gave is a teak tree, so it has recognized correctly, right? So now let's see what if we give an image that is not there in our database. I'm giving a tomato tree which is not there.
Apple tree.
Yeah, the one that is closer to tomato tree in our database is the apple tree. So it has recognized as apple tree. Now in this feedback form, it has not recognized correctly, right? So let's click on no here. And then it is asking us whether we have to give a new name or not. It is up to the user actually. We can click on agree or disagree. Now I'm clicking agree now. Yeah, you can give the new image either through gallery or camera. I'm giving it to gallery, and then I'm specifying the tree name here, and then description it's up to you actually. You can just click on add now. It is asking us if we are sure about it. You can click on yes. You can see the image is added over here. Now if you want to delete it, you can just click on it again and click on remove here and just click on S again. The tree will be removed. You can see the tree is removed here. So again, if you want to add more species, you can just click on this button and then you will redirect it to the add page. So this is how the application works. Now as we have seen the demo, now let's see and understand the architectural flow of this Dendronym. Now as mentioned, this is a machine learning project, right? So now we definitely need a data model for this. Now for every data model, the basic prior step is to collect the data set. Now the data set can be of any form. It can be of CSV format or images format. Now for this we have given the data set in the form of images. Now for every species we have collected around 70 to 100 images. After collecting the data set, then we are ready to train the model and test the model. Now for training the model, we input the data set and we upload the images and we train the data set. Now once we train the data set, we will have to test the model. So this is all done using Custom Vision platform, and we will study more about this platform in the coming slides. And once the model is ready, we are now ready to export it. Now Microsoft Custom Vision platform has this wonderful feature of exporting the model to any required framework. Now it can be a TensorFlow model for Android, or it can be a CoreML model for iOS. Now as we are developing an Android application, so I have exported the model to a TensorFlow model. Now this, when exported, we will get two files, that is model.pb and labels.txt. Model.pb is a file that contains the model and which cannot be edited and viewed as well. Now labels.txt contains all the species names, like there are around 20 species that we have given, right? So all the 20 names will be listed there and that can be edited and viewed. Now once the model is ready, create a Flask RESTful API. Now this is done using Python Flask. Now using this, we will have to run the Python server, and then the mobile application is made using Ionic framework. Then when we give an image and when we retrieve the result from the mobile application, it can be in the form of voice output or text output. Like we can view both of them. Now this is how the architectural flow is all about, and let's see each technologies now. First and foremost is the model. So the model is basically built using Microsoft Custom Vision. There are few steps that we have to follow. Now Microsoft Custom Vision is a framework that is user friendly, like anyone can build a model within no time. The basic step is to collect the data set as mentioned, and now we have all the images, like all the images for each species. Now what the prior step here we have to do is to upload all the images. Now once we are uploading the images, we have to label them. Like for suppose if we upload all the Apple images, we have to label it as Apple tree so that it will be easy for the model to train it and recognize it. Now once the images are uploaded, we then have to train all the data set, all the labeled images are trained here, And then once the training is done, we will have to evaluate using the test images. Like there's a feature called evaluating in the framework itself. Now we just have to give any image, apple or mango or anything, and there we will get the results of that, like how far it is being able to identify. Now if you are not satisfied with that result, and again we can keep the model to training. Now this is how the model is basically built in Microsoft Custom Vision. Now if you are like satisfied with the model accuracy, recall and predictions and everything, then we can go and export the model. Now there are some prerequisites that are required. So that can be a valid Microsoft account. So valid Microsoft account is actually needed for this. And then as mentioned, dataset is also a prior thing that we require. So and also the test images are also necessary. So this is all about the Microsoft Custom Vision AI. And now let's discuss about Ionic framework. Now this is the framework. This is a hybrid framework which we have used for building the mobile application. Now the beauty of this is that we can build an iOS and an Android application with the same framework. Now Ionic is generally an open source and cross-platform framework as discussed. It is used to develop hybrid mobile applications. Now Ionic is a mobile app development framework based on HTML5 programming language. Now again, HTML5 framework also allows us with it helps us working with Cordova or PhoneGap plugins. Now there are few plugins called Cordova plugins which are very necessary for Ionic framework. To add any feature, we just have to use it from the plugin. That is very easy and it is very good to use them. Now this is a very powerful tool, and our mobile application also has few plugins as we have seen in the demo, like the camera feature that is there is also a plugin. The splash screen is there and it's also a plugin, and the text to speech conversion is also achieved using the plugin. Now in the add feature that we are adding few species that are not there, or that are not being there in the data set, or if you want to add a new tree, in that case we are redirecting to the add page, right? Actually achieved using CouchDB database. So that is a local database. Yeah, this is all about the Ionic framework. And now let's see how we have integrated the mobile application with the model. Now the integration is actually achieved using Python Flask, and now the Python Flask is a very lightweight web application framework. Now it is designed to make it quick, easy, and the ability to scale up to complex applications. And the framework will actually help us to create RESTful APIs so that we can access it from the server. The server actually contains few files, that is Python server, model file, labels, text, and requirements. The model file and labels text are the files that have been exported from the Microsoft Custom Vision. And then the Microsoft server contains few functions as well, which includes on how to take the image as the input and how to convert the image into the best resolution, orientation, resizing, and others like cropping the image. And now initially the working of the API starts like this from the mobile application. Now when the user actually launches the application to get the tree image from the gallery or camera, the image then will be converted to base64 format. Now this is again fed to the post API. Now the server then gets the image and classifies it with the help of the model and credits the label or name of the tree, which is then displayed as a result in the mobile application. Now this is how the integration of the mobile application with the model is done. Now I think with this we have get to know how the Dendronium application actually works. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you for watching a video on Insight Hub. The video series brought to you by Miracles Data Practice. For more videos, please visit miraclesoft.com/insighthub.